us talking about melodies, because I feel like that's something we've talked about behind the curtains, but we've not talked about out there.
Yo, melodies are dangerous.
Exactly. So I was thinking probably we can talk about it in terms of like how to make a hit song and just assess like what is hot. To be honest, like, do people even care about what you're saying? And to quote the great Tory Lanez, no one gives a shit about, like, everyone cares about what the melody is, because even him is like, when I hear a beat, he first you know, he just says random shit. It doesn't need to make sense. He just needs to catch the flow and then put words.
The melody.
Yeah. Tell me where you stand.
Yo, at first I never used to think like that, but that only came about now when I was studying as well, looking at what is working, looking at the fundamentals and all that type of stuff. Because I went like down the rabbit hole of just analyzing songs. Like when I was watching like all these people, like people that are doing well in the industry, whether it's music production, whether it's sound engineering, they're always saying, study the greats. All of them kept on saying the same thing: study the greats, study the greats, study the greats. And whenever they were saying it, I just used to brush it aside. I was just like,
they all say that.
But then I was like, you know what? Let me actually study the greats. And in studying the greats, I was really not going that far back in time.
And here you're saying like great producers, right?
Yeah, it could be great
or
producers,
anything general,
even artists. That's what I'm telling you. I even studied like artists.
Yeah.
Because like even in production, because like I'm making the beat and I'm making the beat for an artist.
Straight up.
So I wanted to understand what exactly do the artists like in that beat. Like just trying to understand that and removing all emotions out of the picture.
Yeah.
If we move over to the artist side, because I make beats as well.
Yeah.
So now I study the song, how it's been structured. How long was the intro? Did it start with a verse or a chorus? You know, did it start with a pre-chorus? How long was the chorus? How long was the pre-chorus? You know, how long was the song? Right? And the chorus itself, did it have a melody or were they just rapping straight? Like just analyzing all of these things. And then now what I learned was that different genres have different ways that they structure the song, right? Because there are even like some other Amapiano songs, bro. The whole song was just pre-chorus, chorus, and post-chorus.
That's it.
The whole song, bro.
Repeating.
No verse.
Kind of reminds me of Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci. It's just a chorus the whole way.
The whole way, bro. But then now, when you're just creating, you would just think the normal structure. You just be like verse, chorus, verse, 12 bars, 16 bars, whatever. But most songs are not really structured that way.
Yeah.
Most songs, both verses are not the same length.
Because the other one of what you've just explained, the one before, sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
It's like it gets repetitive and boring. I feel like that's maybe something that people have cracked. It's like,
Some like it's just maybe the first verse is like 12 bars. And then the last verse is 16. And then now others, maybe it starts with a chorus and then a verse and then a pre-chorus and then a chorus and then a post-chorus.
Then the song ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you're thinking of it logically, you'd probably, if you look at that structure, right, you'd probably start with the pre-chorus, a chorus, a post-chorus, and then the verse, and then a pre-chorus, and then a chorus, and then a post-chorus, and then an outro.
Because that is the way the format, the conventional format is.
Yeah. But then now after you analyze and study, you start to see like, oh, okay, fine. This is how things are being structured. This is what people are liking, especially if you listen to the top songs, these songs that are getting like 20 million views. Like there's a reason they're getting these views, right? So if you study that and I guess replicate it, it's easy to attain similar results. So now in terms of the melodies, right? I was looking at mostly studying Amapiano, R&B, and Afrobeat. Because I was like, especially in Afrobeat, half the time you don't know what these people are saying.
True.
Even if you know English, bro. It's like, bro, what is that?
That's a fact. I'm laughing because I actually relate. It's like, what's this nigga say? But you're jamming,
to
asking
it,
yourself
bro.
that question.
And then they're vibing.
What was that guy saying yesterday at the club?
And then you're like, you're just humming along. You don't even know, bro, what this person is saying.
Fact.
You have no idea. He could probably even be telling you you're selling your soul, and you just feel like
And you're jamming. That's funny. So many songs I do that too. But go ahead.
So like, I came to see what you're saying doesn't matter on first
impression.
On first impression. It's only after some time where now someone be like, let me see what exactly this person is saying.
Yeah, maybe they are interested in becoming a fan now. It's
like let me see. And then they go on Genius, they Google, and then they're like, oh, that's what he's saying.
Inaudible. You know, as well. Someone's just been making up their own things.
Then that's when I saw its melody. The person created a catchy melody that was really simple, and I've seen the best melodies are the simple ones.
Yeah.
Something that, because you're doing this for the consumers, right? So the consumer doesn't want to have a hard time like singing along. Like they want to feel a part of the song. So if it's super complicated, they'll feel excluded because it's difficult.
Yeah.
So it's only a few people maybe that will manage. But then the easier melody that can be easily hummed.
Even if someone doesn't know the song, it's just like,
and then now you put, I guess, lyrics over that, then it's easier for the person. Even if they're not singing along, they're like, I don't know why. I'm just vibing with it. It's the melody, bro.
Yeah, and it's probably it may not be even in words, like someone's just moving.
Just moving.
Yeah.
And then the consumer is like, I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's the melody.
It's the melody.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you don't do a melody, you're just there rapping straight with no melody. You know what I do? Everybody know me. I'm from my town. I'm the best rapper alive. Now the consumer...
You cut out a lot of your audience with that.
Yeah, the consumer is like, I don't know, I don't like this song.
Because it was lacking something.
And then now you know, like, no, listen to the lyrics, bro.
Who gives a shit about your lyrics,
nobody
bro?
got time to listen to the lyrics.
On the first impression. Like even forget even first impression. Some of your fans that have been there for a while, before they get invested in a song, they need to first feel like that's captured them. And where do you capture them? Inside that melody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess that's it's like the melody, if we're talking YouTube terms for the fellow YouTubers, it's the thumbnail.
Yeah. It's the reason they'll look at the title.
So now that's like the click-through rate.
Yeah. Analogies. YouTubers will get that for sure.
Yeah. But that's why I was actually telling you about the melody item. And funny thing is, after I started like looking into this melody thing, I noticed most of the good artists, or probably even all of them, that's what they start with.
Melody.
They start with the melody. And then now after, some people don't even start writing if they don't have a good melody.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like a lot of songwriters that do it on a respectable level.
Yeah.
Start out with the melody. Because for them, that is what's going to guide. The words are not the problem. It's how to make it interesting to retain the person who's listening. Right? And
also, I guess if you're an artist, I'm going to give you guys like a simple ingredients, some simple ingredients.
Spice.
Especially if you're doing Afrobeat or Amapiano, right? I think you need to be like dividing your verse into 3. Melody, right? That's the basis. And then vibe, where it's like a vibe. You're not making sense, but you're creating a vibe. Whatever that vibe is, it needs to be created, and you need to feed it, and you need to be honest with it. And then the other part, I guess, it can still be melody, but you're just flowing. But then at that point, it doesn't matter because you've already been hooked. And it's probably maybe 4 bars remaining. So even if the last 4 bars are not really all that,
people will forgive you.
Yeah. Because like this other part was like really fire.
But now, how does someone gauge that they have the melody or vibe on low? Because I'm sure you've come across artists who like comes in and is like, yo, oh my goodness, I just recorded this, and you're just there like, what did we just do right now? Like you're not rocking with a song like that to the extent that the artist is.
Most of the people that do that, they didn't start with the melody.
They just rapped, or
They just or they thought they were coming up with the melody as they are writing. So it's like you're doing two things in one.
That's actually a key point right there.
Yeah. But if you focus on the melody alone, and just respect that melody, even if it's simple, even if it says dun 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 dun, like maybe if it's like just question and answer, which is something that I've seen a lot of artists use, where you're not necessarily, or you could ask a question, and the easiest method you can think about it is even like on the piano, right? Which is, I feel like, if you're an artist, just a basic understanding of the piano, I feel like is
take
really
you a long way.
A long way. You don't need to be like Beethoven or whatever. Nah, just understand. Like ting 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 ting, like just basic whatever. Because the melody needs to be easily conveyed to an instrument, right? So like if you come up with a melody with your mouth, like you've hummed it, right? If an instrument player like a guitarist or a pianist can take that melody and play it on the piano and it sounds good, then it's a good melody. But if they take your melody and even they don't even have to play, you can imagine it in your head, like if the piano, because you know what a piano sounds like, even you know what a guitar sounds like. So if you could play that on the piano in your head or out loud, and you're even like tin 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 tin, and then it's like tin 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 tin. If that's your melody, then it's really not a good melody. It started well, but it didn't end well. So like it's like then tin is like like
what else?
Or what else is coming? So if it's like maybe to build on that, like tin 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 tin. So now
there's an end. Like
so like now it's like there's like an
finality.
end. So it had like a start. If it's like a journey, and then it had like a finishing point.
That's
and
a
then
bar
even,
right there.
And then even if you just repeat that, it's like it's a nice experience. But then that other one is like leaving you halfway.
Yeah. It's unpleasant to listen to.
So even if you're thinking about it like in the question and answer aspect, it's like maybe, where was I going? And then the other answer would be like, I was going to town, right? Where was I going to town? Dun, 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 which is like a really simple melody.
Yeah. But it still has something about it. Like you actually want to sing along to it.
And then now it's like, now, and then you put a dance on it. It's game over. TikTok.
I can actually see that working though. Yeah. Okay.
But that's pretty much just like a simple melody. But then now, like right now, just coming up with melodies off the fly. The good thing is if you're writing a song, now there's a beat, right? So the beat is guiding you.
Yeah.
So it's like the beat it's talking to you, and it's letting you know the melodies that you can come up with in the frame of the chords that are being played on the beat. And then there's also like a rhythm. So now the melody you're going to come up with over there is going to be like a nice, unique melody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no cap to that. I feel like, because I don't know much about the production side, but then I feel like there's a set number of chords. You say like there's an exact number of chords, right? But with melodies, it's literally unlimited. It's up to you and your creativity. So you find a basic beat someone will give you, but the artist, the way he executes it, even you're the listener, you're like, how did he think about that? The experience he has done so many melodies in his life, they just come like this. And I feel like that's the ideal thing for an artist. We had this conversation like probably a year, maybe 2 years ago. And since then it's been something I apply often in my songs. Even when I get on an Afrobeat, it's no longer like a worry, because I'm primarily a rapper, but I like to term myself as an artist because I want to explore different aspects. But since having like that conversation and trying out stuff, because we'd be in the studio and then it turns on a beat and we literally just try to create a melody right there. It just becomes incorporated in the process, and it makes it so simple, because you can sleep on something as long as you know the initiative, or rather the point here is to get a melody. The point, you sleep on it, by the time you come back, you're fresh, you have a melody, you have some ideas, and now you can write something that is catchy. Something that can be a hit. Yeah.